Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you how to carry on Annie mid lane for season 12. She's still very strong for season 12 as she was for season 11. The main difference is there's a couple of matchups that are going to give you more issues than they did before because the new items like the Kassadin matchup and Cassiopeia matchup are going to be super hard. So avoid picking Annie into them. Other than that, she can play against pretty much anything because her auto attack range is longer than most AD carries auto range. It's nearly as long as the Caitlyn auto range, so we're going to be taking advantage of that. Your autos even have more range than your Q. You're going to want to start Dorn's Ring, Double Health Pot with Predator, Cheap Shot, Eyeball, Relentless with Celerity and Scorch. This is a well-rounded page. If you only want to get kills in lane, instead you should go for Electrocute. That'll give you a lot more 1 versus 1 burst at the cost of utility and movement speed from the Predator. So what we want to try to do is weave in some autos on her when we can, and safely. So after we land it, we want to get out of range of her ranged creeps. If you hit them and you're near their ranged creeps, they'll generally aggro you and you can take a lot of damage from that. We're about to hit level 2. We just need one more minion. It's just 7 minions for level 2. I actually got my E because I have no clue where their jungler is. Plus, I thought I was going to have to speed up into LeBlanc. She apparently took her dash level 1. I was a little surprised by that. I thought she would take her ranged attack. But yeah, she has her dash. She's going to eat a few autos there. I almost got hit by a turret shot there. I was getting minion blocked. I shielded that. Your E is also a speed up. It's fine to get your W level 2, especially if you're taking Electrocute. Getting W level 2 is probably better. That way you can have a little bit higher kill pressure. She's not really playing for me to all in her is the thing. She's taking my cannon minion and backline creeps there, so that was actually a decent trade for us. Even though she like has Electrocute, I don't really have a keystone right now because I went for D-ring start. You could even start with boots and refill. It's not the worst thing in the world. Predator's on a fairly long cooldown, so you don't always get the highest value out of that, rushing that in lane. It is an option if you feel like you'll be able to shove down your opponent. Whenever you last hit minions with your Q, you get back the mana and 50% of the cooldown, which is pretty nice. You can get it back really fast. A lot of the times you'll auto then Q on the minions to make sure you're kind of landing the last part of the Q, because if your Q doesn't execute, then you are using the full mana cost and missing out on the reduced cooldown. Don't think we're actually going to be able to get LeBlanc here. This is a bit of a chase. Doesn't really make sense to chase it since she's so mobile. Looks like Warwick's here as well. I wouldn't mind actually recalling here. This would be a decent time to reset. Got both of those. Warwick's out of position. I think my team... Oh, okay, I'll come down. I really didn't want to. LeBlanc's twisting my arm. Oh, I don't think we're going to be able to finish it. Yeah, that's all right. We got her flash at the very least. We traded flash for flash and we got her passive. If she didn't flash... Oh, come on, Blitzcrank. Why are you over here? This is kind of awkward. Now my wave's actually pushing just with the way the minions fought it out. I think we could kill her. Yeah, I got her with the Q ignite. She's definitely dead unless she pops that biscuit. I don't know if she actually popped the biscuit or not. She might have and then just had one left over. That was gonna be really close either way. Whenever you are in a bit of a scrappy fight with the opponents, try to use your Q before they get out of your range, so you can, for example, auto Q auto, because once again your auto attack range does have more range than your Qs. Then the closer you are to the minions, the easier they will be to last hit, since your auto attacks and your Q do have a travel time to them. They're not instant. Hoping LeBlanc doesn't see me and try to stop my recall. She's focused on the minions. That's a whole lot of them. First item rush. It's usually good to get Sork Shoes, especially if your opponent doesn't have any magic resist yet. Sork Shoes is actually a really strong first back. Really strong. If you are behind, I wouldn't recommend the Sorks. Just get tier 1 boots if you're behind, because you need them for Predator, and then start building into your Luden's Tempest. The only thing that really changes with Annie build for season 12 versus season 11 is Shadow Flame's a really good item. This is a new item, so you're usually going to get that second or third. Gives you a bit of oomph. Kite this back. We can freeze the wave down over here. We have level advantage. When she steps up, we can punish it. We lost a minion. That's all right. I'm having to try to thin them out a bit. They're overflowing into my back line. Still have the wave in a great spot to where I'm not really gankable. We would like to roam. I just don't have any jungle pressure on the map right now. He's kind of leaving base and I have no clue where their jungler is, so I don't really want to leave right now. We sped up into her. Ooh, and sure enough, Warwick showed up. That was a really weird time. I wonder if he was waiting there. If people are just as fast as you are, your E's a really useful tool for getting to them to land your stun. I think Warwick is still nearby. I went in for a straight auto attack, put a little bit of pressure on her. It's good to do whenever people are going in for last hits. It's a lot easier to do versus melee champ. Since she's ranged, you can already hit the minions from a distance, so it kind of makes it harder for me to get my attacks on her when I want to. Baited that out. There's an auto attack. She doesn't want to turn to hit me with this spell, because then I'll hit her with my stun. So we're landing some free autos. She does still have her potions and whatnot. Got the cannon. She's gonna get Tibbers here. I have the minions for this. I think it's kind of worth. Oh, Tibbers. I tried to pull him away so I wouldn't take turret aggro. I didn't pull him away fast enough. Tibbers also applied my predator. I was trying to pull him away so he wouldn't. We didn't quite get what we wanted there. It is what it is. We have to reset because of the work, and then we can look for a roam out of base. Awkward situation. Bot lane doesn't look gankable. Silver's most likely pushing. Yeah, we can't gank that. We'll go top. GP looks low. GP's wave's pushing. I think LeBlanc's gonna back because she's super... Ooh, she didn't back. Oh my gosh. She doesn't even have boots. I might be able to kill her here. At the very least, I'll grab wave. Warwick's top side. This is a lot of minions. Whole lot of CS. I'll just go ahead and use my stun there. My Predator's still on a cooldown. I'll go ahead and shove this wave and then roam. Leave her to defend a cannon wave. Q's doing about 239. So we can time that. Check their HP before I do it even. And that is why we missed that minion. Because math is hard sometimes. We get another point in our W, look for a roam. I think Warwick's might be topside since he just got Herald. Alright, we're going to Predator for this since we're behind him. Now's the time. The E on top of him. We could have used E after. And he's dead. Just cycled all our abilities. Even though we didn't have a stun to start, we didn't really need it. Since we had so much space to run him down, we were weaving in autos in between attacks, so it all worked out. Turned out all right. I'm going to go ahead and use my potion. I want to get back to this lane. LeBlanc's not particularly fed, and Kha'Zix is in the area, so it's kind of safe for me to be here. Is she going to pressure me for these? Yeah, she's pressuring. If I step up for that, she's going to attack me. Got a free auto though. We're gonna get this melee minion. Trying to get my stun up. Stop her from bullying me as much. Queuing at point blank range makes it a little bit easier once again. Alright. We can actually stay. Our Predator's about to be up. We'll just stay and shove down with our Qs. We'll have enough mana and we'll have our R as well. Warwick's level 7. I assume he burned his R in that fight. I missed that minion rip. Now's a bit of a weird time to rotate. I'll go ahead and stay. Minions are in a weird spot where I'll actually lose a lot if I leave at this second. I didn't want to burn my W to shove wave since I was already low on mana. So now we're kind of just staying for a really long period of time. A lot longer than I would like. I think we can still roam to the GP. Also, when you're on your Predator, try to save your E if you can as a secondary speed up, because once you hit them when you're on Predator, you'll immediately lose your Predator speed up. So here I'll try to show you what I'm talking about. E also speeds up your Tibbers, so we'll run up, hit him with a QW. I'm not going to arc because Ken didn't arc, but otherwise I would have QWR. Then I would have E'd so we could stay on top of him with our autos and also give Tibbers a speed up. Tibbers gets a speed up when you initially lay him. So by laying Tibbers, then waiting to E, you can keep Tibbers pretty much perpetually sped up. Makes it really hard for them to get away from it. I would like to back here on Cannon Wave. Even if she tries to push, she'll take her a while. She's probably trying to find roams. Even though LeBlanc has more mobility than Annie, Annie with Predator is scarier because Annie doesn't have skill shots. It's just point and click goodness. Predator's up in 28. We can run mid real quick, shove and roam. It's a nice thing about playing Annie mid. You have the option to invade enemy jungler, help your jungler on either side of the map, go top, go bot. And Annie has point and click CC. That's why a lot of the times when you do your combos, you want to start it out with your Q because that's point and click. Your W is a skill shot and your R is a skill shot. They can flash those or outplay you. Or you, heck, you might just misclick. We should be really far ahead of her in CS. Yeah, we're up like 30. She needed to pressure us more in the early game, but she didn't. She let us get way too much power off of our autos in the early game when she had electrocute advantage. That was her biggest mistake. She had to be more willing to trade off damage early game. She let me get too big of a footing, and now she's not going to be able to compete because Predator is situationally more valuable than electrocute is. Get in there, Tibbers down. Hit her with a QW. I don't think Ignite would kill her there. We'll go ahead, stay and shove wave. Might as well. She's gonna have to reset. Try to hit it all with the W. Got that bad boy. You can hit 5 out of 6 minions with your W. You'll push the wave way faster. Some stuff going on top. GP's dead. There's nothing really going on here, so I might as well reset or just take plant. I'll do that. Can't quite get our full item anyways. We can't afford the Ludens. We wouldn't want to back since we're only 300 gold off. We could apply more pressure just by staying on the map. You're usually going to max your W second and your E last. Only reason I put an E, another point in my E was by accident. Got the stun, Ignite, Q'd him. I am going to run down this Warwick though. Oh, he shielded it with his E. I figured his E would still be on cooldown. That's my bad. I had the Predator bonus damage on my Q. He just killed 𝗕𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒, so I was like, you know what? He probably used his sphere there. I wasn't paying attention to the minimap. I'm playing with full mute all on so I can focus. Got her. It's really hard to fight Annie when she's got Tibbers out. There's very few champions who can do it. Especially over prolonged periods of time. Tibber has a burn aura around him. Plus his auto attacks do a fair bit of damage. We can use Tibber to scout bushes, block people, attack turrets, whatever we need. Get comfortable controlling Tibbers. You'll win a lot of games off that. Tibbers is literally broken. We'll go Shadow Flame second item. The only time you don't go Shadow Flame second item is if you have to get Morello or if you have to get Hourglass. You have to get Morello if the enemy team has super heavy healing like Sorakamundo. And then you have to get Hourglass if the enemy team has ridiculous burst. Like Zed, Diana, Talon, that type of stuff. Point and click burst that you can't really outplay. Sivir, they got the bot lane turret, so now they're helping me push mid. That's fine. She can solo push it. I can just roam now. Yeah, LeBlanc's watching me. I'm going to stack up my passive a bit. You generally want to be walking around with 2 stacks or more. We're going to get our stun on him, stand behind 𝗕𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋, auto attack Q. We might actually need Morello this game. QW, weave in autos. I'm gonna take a few of these. All right, I'll go shove that mid wave. Looks like Sivir left. She shouldn't have gone bot. That's actually dangerous. Once you get the turret, you just start pushing mid. Blanc's dead. Now's the perfect time to take turret. And we do want to try to keep our stacks on 2, especially if we're about to fight someone or if we think we're about to get attacked. Only reason I have it on 1 here is the minion waves here, so I can just blow my abilities on this. Just like so. Now we're at 3. We'll cycle off our stun, and then we'll get back to hopefully 2. There we go. We're at 3 now. That's good. You can also throw out an ability in midair, like your Q, and then press any of your other abilities, and then your Q will stun, even though it technically wasn't on that. Just like that. Tibbers is absolutely mauling that Warwick. We have Predator up here. We might be able to end with this Herald. We tricked the LeBlanc there. She saw I was only on 3. I threw out 1 Q. I think I E'd in midair while the Q was in midair, and then she got stunned. Tibbers can block skill shots just like a champion can, except for, I guess, not just like a champion, because there's some abilities that are target champion only, like Ashe R or Caitlyn R. You can block pretty much everything else, like Lux Qs, Morgana Qs, LeBlanc chain, the Blitz hook. Be so cool if he could block Warwick R. He's so freaking busted. All right, let's get back in it, boys. Predator is up. Tibbers is about to be up. We took an inhib super early. You don't usually want to take inhibs pre 20 minute because you can't get Herald at that point, and now your waves are going to be pushing down. This is golden XP you're missing, and this is golden XP that they're getting. We need to take as much of the map as possible right now so they can't come back into the game. Got our stun all the way up. We could Predator for this. We'll Q her. No counterplay. Yeah, she's a goner. Just because LeBlanc goes invisible, she's still targetable. And when 𝗕𝐂𝐈𝐀𝐋𝐒 Rs, for the first half a second, he's literally invincible. Or at least he can dodge things, like even Karthus R. Pretty sure Ignite still hurts him. Or Fiddle Drain, but most abilities won't or can't. LeBlanc, on the other hand, she'll take full damage. My stun's almost up here. I'll just EQ into him. Tibbers is tanking like a champ. Auto attack Q. He's a goner. I think he accidentally TP'd to the minion. He was mashing his buttons there. He probably thought he had Ignite, but he actually just had TP. Alright, we need to get out of here. Braum Annie is a gnarly combo. So much stun power. Warwick's dead. Should probably play for Dragon. Actually, my Predator is up. We could do something here. I don't think it's worded. I guess we will just go play for Dragon. We can't afford the flame quite yet. We can at least get needlessly large rod. I wouldn't recommend Mejai's on Annie unless you're super comfortable on her. I'm not going to build it here just in case you guys didn't hear that part. I don't want you to build it just because you see me building it. I'm very comfortable using Mejai's. I've played a lot of Evelyn in literally every single elo to where I know what to do to stay alive, like what situations to avoid and what situations to take. So, oh, that's it. They surrendered. Really want to show you guys some more, but I hope you enjoyed this Annie mid lane commentary guide. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Looking at damage dealt, we had the second highest damage in the game behind Sivir. Looking at damage taken, we had fairly low damage taken. For runes, Predator did 400 damage, Cheap Shot did 400. Predator is usually very low. It's typically matches or surpassed by the Cheap Shot damage. Especially as the game goes longer and longer. Predator doesn't scale well in terms of damage output, but it does help you land your stuns, which is the most important thing on Annie. We only had 3 stacks of Relentless Hunter, Celerity did some stuff, and Scorch did nearly 300 damage. All in all, Annie mid lane is an amazing character that can easily take you from iron to at least diamond if you just focus on the fundamentals.